just made it just in time, and it's now time for the IndyCar race on the Grand Prix on the streets of Detroit, Michigan. As 25 of IndyCar's best are about to take on the streets of Detroit for the third annual running. Excuse me, the fourth annual running of the Chevrolet Grand Prix of Detroit. No longer on Belle Isle, where they used to race at for many years, now are in the middle of the city of Detroit, as they call it Motor City. What will happen this time? Will Kyle Kirkwood go back to back on the streets of Detroit, or will it be someone else? Or will it be Felix Roseqvist continuing with his momentum after his shocking Indy 500 win last week? We'll find out at the end of this race, as the cars are now rolling on the streets. Boogity morning to you, it's Justin Boy. And getting you ready for some IndyCar action on the streets of Detroit, Michigan. Interviewer last week. Honestly, I will miss Kyle Busch saying, "Fuck you" to me. Saying "fuck you" to me. Rest in peace to a legend. Yep, there it is. Mm-hmm.
Hey Jack, something that I want to highlight. This is the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix, but it's been an interesting weekend for Chevrolet, having to change 8 engines already, 2 by the 17th of Christian Lugard. Now Chevrolet has come out and said that this was a coating issue that's affected the valves of the engines, but they haven't contained. Just something to keep our eyes on going forward in the race. Kevin.
Georgia, they are gathered everywhere here to see this race on the streets of Detroit. And looking for a show, and Will Power has been known to put on a show.
Looking at the starting grid, Will Power starting in second, right next to the 4-time champ Alex Palou. Alex Palou, the inaugural winner here on the streets of Detroit back in 2023. And shockingly, it's the first two. Shockingly, Alex Palou and Will Power were the ones who finished 1-2 in 2023. Now here in 2026, they're starting 1-2. Would you look at that? But Will Power trying to turn his horrid season around. He's had a horrible start to the 2026 IndyCar season with his new team at Andretti Global Racing. He's trying to turn that around. What? Already? How did you do that, Rossi? Gosh, Rossi. What are you doing? Hopefully it's not too much damage on that car. Hopefully he didn't suffer too much damage from that. There's David Malukas, who came so close to Indy 500 glory last week. Just 2/100ths of a second short of glory, being passed on the final stretch in the final few hundred yards before the start-finish line. And what is now the closest finish in Indy 500 history at 2/100ths of a second. All right, I think they're about to come to green this time by. Remember, the start-finish line for the initial start is on the back stretch. Is on the long stretch. And here they come onto the long stretch. Time to get the 4th annual running of the Chevrolet Grand Prix of Detroit underway as IndyCar's best round turn 3 it headed to the start-finish line on the long stretch. Here they come. Green flag is in the air. We're racing on the streets of Detroit. Everybody jostling for position, heading out into the hard brake section of turn 3, that hairpin. Somehow they made it through cleanly through turn 3, as they're still jostling for position, heading into turn 4. Watch out. There's Rasmussen on the inside of Siegel. Watch out, watch out. There's Malukas in that position down. And already up into P2 with Scott McLaughlin as he takes that position away from Will Power, as everyone's still jostling for position coming into turns 8 and 9. And onto the front stretch. They take the green right there. That's where the start-finish line is. You miss North Wilkesboro. Why? Is this something personal going on? What's going on? Back into the hard braking section of turn 3. Whoa, look, watch out, crossover. Swapping positions going on right there between Felix Roseqvist and Dennis Hauger. Oh, you have tickets for a baseball game that day. I see. Oh, look at that little detail. Right next to Felix Rosequist's name on the bottom of the screen, it's the Indy 500 trophy. That's a nice little detail they added. Oh. And that's how Dennis Hauger got by Rosenquist. Oh, man. That was when Rosenquist tried to make the move into turn 3, but Hauger pulled the crossover and passed him right back. Meanwhile, looking at Marcus Armstrong and Marcus Ericsson battle the Marcuses for P8, and Ericsson takes it over. Armstrong takes over Ericsson. Did you mean to say you will be in the chat to say hi? Okay, you meant to say that. I see now. Running on board with Ericsson in the Siemens machine. It is a very tough track to try to maneuver around. Very little room for error, especially in the tight sections. The only legit passing zone on the streets of Detroit is really that hard braking zone in turn 3, that tight hairpin. And as for Fall Talladega, we'll only watch the cup race as it will be the weekend of my sister's wedding. Yeah, I think you did also mention that as well, John. So happy for your sister. So Ryan, we're board now with Christian Lundgaard running inside the top 5 in the 5th position right now. So he's trying to catch up to Scott Dixon, the 2024 Grand Prix winner here on Detroit, on the streets of Detroit. Oh, happy birthday, Santino Ferrucci. How about that? Even though he's running 19th right now. But hopefully he has a solid run for Santino Ferrucci for his birthday. Oh, oh, this was last week when Joseph Newgarden hit the inside wall. Hit the inside curb on the restart and slammed the outside wall on the restart. Ouch. Taking his chances of his third Indy 500 triumph right away from him. The rookie mistake by a veteran right there. He's running dead last, I just noticed. Yikes. Yeah, and his teammate, David Malukas, is not doing much better. He's only 2 positions ahead of him in 23rd. I know he's still got a long day of racing still ahead, but still, they need to make some moves, man. But anyways, it is still Alex Palou continuing to be dominant on the streets of Detroit. What? What is that steam that's coming out of the curbs in turn 3? Looked like there was a bit of steam coming out of turn 3 on the curbing. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Congratulations, sir. That is a new record.
You realize that JPEG doesn't have a financial plan, right?
Maybe. I mean, yes. No.
PNC Bank believes a little boring advice goes a long way. Alex and Christian have been great additions to ECR, but really, Gary's been the game changer. You ever heard of house coffee pods and it just sort of never left? What you might want to do is put a little more grease on the bearings here. Gary's advice doesn't make a lot of sense.
Oh, shit. If I was doing it.
I tell you what, his lattes. Oh.
Delivery. It was his idea. It doesn't mind it because food races, women races. Chow House cold brew coffee. Amazingly smooth.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda. Road trips won't wait. Neither should you. So bring on the thrills with a Honda Hybrid. Hit the road with high-tech features like available Google built-in and the efficiency of a Honda Hybrid. All from the 2025 Kelly Blue Book Best Performance Rifle. Right now, you can get a $319 per month lease on a 2026 CRV all-wheel drive sport hybrid.
Whether you're a professional technician or just take pride in maintaining your own vehicle, Harbor Freight has the quality auto tools you need at unbeatable prices. Harbor Freight, your automotive destination.
This is Arby's pulled pork and chopped.
Whoa, whoa. Yellow's out. Who was that? Is that Rasmussen? What are you doing? What is he doing? Is that Rasmussen or Rossi? That's Rasmussen. What was he doing in the middle of the straightaway? Oh! That's a hard shot he took to that wall. coming out of turn 1. Yeah, that's a suspension failure. And watch coming, and then he, wow. Graham Rahal just sneaking through. Yeah, tough break for Christian Rasmussen. Oh, I think that was on board with Logan Siegel, who just got around Rasmussen. So we're on to the first caution on the streets of Detroit. Be right back. Be right back. All right, I'm back from the suburbs of Detroit, watching on TV. Nice. Respect to you, man. Uh, Catcher Pratt. Catcher Pratt. Oh, a NASCAR fan? Nice. Nice. Watching from the suburbs of Detroit. Cool. And you're an F1 fan as well? Nice. Nice. Hoping Grosjean wins. I believe the F1 is racing in Canada. Well, no. They're racing in Monaco, right? For the F1 racing, they're racing in Monaco. I think that's correct. Oh, oh! Why did I think? Why did I think that Romain Grosjean went back to F1? He's right there. He's right there in 17th at Detroit. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Sorry about that. All right, green flag back in the air. Alex Palou leads them back to green. There's everyone really wheel spinning those cars off the turn number one as they go down the long stretch, the long back stretch. And here they come into the hard braking zone of turn three. Kyle Kirkwood on the back bumper of Lundgaard trying to make a move, can't do it. As everyone easily makes it through turn three nice and cleanly. Chase, do you think you can get out of the slump you are in? I'm sure I'll be fine, interviewer. I'll be just fine tonight racing at Nashville. I'll be fine. Besides, we're all racing for Kyle Busch. It's a different look for Kyle Kirkwood as he's rocking the Sam's Club colors in the 27 car. He's got a run on him. Here he goes to the right side of Christian Lundgaard coming into turn three. Crossover, trying to take the fifth spot away. A little contact going into turn four. And Lundgaard somehow holds off Kirkwood. Yeah, rest in peace, Kyle Busch. He said it right there. Oh, you're also going to the Cup race in Michigan next weekend? Nice. Nice. Joe, how confident are you to end Chevy's winning streak? I know what I'm doing, interviewer. I won here in 2024. Oh, for the lead. Will Power takes it away from Alex Palou. Whoa. He really slid it coming out of turn four, but Will Power goes to the point on the streets of Detroit. Oh, it was for Joe Gibbs. Joe, how confident are you to end Chevy's winning streak? You'll have to ask my drivers about that, interviewer. Man, big dive bomb move on Power to take it from Palau. It's going to be a lot Loud though, so pray for my ears. Yeah, definitely thinking about you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Willpower, for taking over the Pisky Palau spotlight. The pesky Palau spotlight. Yep, save your tires, Will. Don't want to be pushing too hard, too early. If I also do a top 10 list of most emotional pre-race ceremonies, last week's pre-race ceremonies might be number one. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay, well, what's going on there? What's going on in the chat? Ooh. Ouch. Oh, you did a grammar error? I see. I see. If I was to do a top 10 list of the most emotional pre-race ceremonies, last week's pre-race ceremonies might be number one. Might be number one. Oh yeah. Yeah, I did see that before you deleted that for grammar issue, for grammar error. Yeah. Yeah, last week's pre-race ceremonies was definitely the most emotional one. And to be honest, like I said in my on my post on YouTube last week, I don't know how I got through that pre-race ceremony, those festivities last week without tearing up. That was so tough to watch. But Fox somehow was broadcasting IndyCar's first 10 laps on YouTube. What? I didn't even see that yet. But anyways, up front, we got a new leader up front on the streets of Detroit who finished second here in 2023. Will Power trying to score his first win with Andretti Global Racing. When I said that it was an emotional disaster, I meant that it was extremely sad. Yeah, I definitely see what you meant, John. I definitely see what you meant when you said that. Looking at the two Penske drivers, David Malukas and Joseph Newgarden, man, they have not gone anywhere since the start of this race. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, sorry about that. Had a phone call that I had to answer. Anyways, and since Kyle's passing, every time I mention his passing, I nearly cry every single time. Yeah, I know catcher prod. Kyle Busch was a symbol. He was a staple of the sport. He was one of the greatest faces of the sport since Dale Earnhardt. And this is literally like 2001 all over again, where Kyle Busch, when he passed away, it was a huge gut punch for the sport as a whole. Yeah, Samantha crying in her son's arms and leaning on him was sad enough, but Amazing Grace made it even sadder. Yeah, the bagpipes song. Yeah, when they played Amazing Grace on the bagpipes, that was like 1,000 times more emotional. That just goes to show how much Kyle Busch meant to the sport as a whole, and what he meant to many fans, drivers, and teams. Yeah, as it was reported, Kyle Busch died from severe pneumonia that progressed into sepsis. That's a terrible way to lose your life. That's terrible. Possibly the worst way to lose your life. Pneumonia then progressed into sepsis. Ish. He had 3 chances to survive. Yeah, honestly, honestly, if only Kyle Busch kind of like sat out Dover, if only Kyle Busch sat out Dover, he could have possibly prevented it from progressing. He could have possibly returned. If Kyle Busch only like sat out Dover, he could have had a chance to like keep. Well, that's going on. Lungard just passed Scott Dixon for the fourth position. That was a bit aggressive on Lungard's part, but okay. It's going to be really hard when NASCAR returns to Las Vegas in the fall. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, mainly because Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch are from Las Vegas, two Las Vegas natives, and they sadly did not get the. Sadly, neither of those guys got the send off they wanted. Neither of those drivers got the send off they deserved. That's sad. Wow, Dixon made that's when he made the move in turn 3 past Lungard. But oh wow, and that's another position at Lungard. Or is that a lap car? No, that's Dixon just getting by Kirkwood. That's for position. My guess is that Kirkwood made the position on Dixon, made the pass on Dixon, but Dixon passed him back. I wanted to cry when it looked like when I looked at the announcement, it hit me harder than getting gut than punched in the guts. Ugh. Yeah, when I first heard the announcement that Kyle Busch was passed away, I literally had nothing to say. I was just flabbergasted. Because at first when we heard the announcements early that Thursday morning that Kyle Busch was going to sit out the Coca-Cola 600 for severe health issues, my initial thoughts was hope Kyle Busch gets wishing. My first thoughts was to wish Kyle Busch a speedy recovery. That's what I said in my community post last Thursday. But then when we heard the announcement that Kyle Busch was gone, I literally had nothing to say. I was just flabbergasted. And heading into that weekend for the Memorial Day double for the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600, both races did special tributes. As on lap 18 on the Indianapolis 500, they did a silent lap 18 in honor of Kyle Busch, because Kyle Busch was mostly known for his tenure at Joe Gibbs Racing Indy 18 car. That's where most of his wins came in the Cup Series and the O'Reilly Series. And the Cup Series, as I just said, the pre-race festivities, it was very emotional. But also during the pace laps, before they got the green flag, they did the missing man formation, similar to what they did in 2001 when Dale Earnhardt passed. And the next week at Rockingham, they did the missing man formation in honor of Dale Earnhardt. And they did it again just last week at Charlotte in honor of Kyle Busch. And then on lap 8, just after the race began, they did the silent lap 8 tribute to Kyle Busch, just like how they did in 2001 when they did the silent lap 3 in honor of Dale Earnhardt. I really hope they do that for the rest of the year. Do a silent lap 8 in honor of Kyle Busch. I really hope they do that for the rest of the year in the NASCAR Cup Series. I really hope they do that. And ever since his death, everybody has been following his accounts for Kyle. Yeah, I did notice that, especially on IG and on YouTube. I've noticed that a lot. That again goes to show how Kyle Busch, how much of an impact that Kyle Busch has made on the NASCAR community, especially for Rowdy Nation, his fans. And I really feel for his fans of Rowdy Nation, and for his family. I really do. Even though I wasn't a fan of Kyle Busch, especially in the late 2010s, I really sure did respect the raw talent that he had on the racetrack. It's going to be very weird moving forward with knowing that Kyle Busch is not on the track racing anymore, and he's no longer with us. So it's our duty to keep those memories and keep his legacy moving forward. Anyways, now that's out of the way, let's get back to the IndyCar race. Let's see what's going on. As we're about 30 laps complete in this race, as Will Power continues to hold a slim lead over Alex Palou, and Scott McLaughlin is now closing in on this battle. You have 3 different drivers and 3 different teams in the top 3. Will Power with Andretti Global Racing, Alex Palou with Chip Ganassi Racing, and Scott McLaughlin with Team Penske. Yep, McLaughlin's there. He's caught up to Palou, as we might have a 3-way battle for the lead happening at Detroit. But Will Power still continues to hold on, but for how much longer? Because he's got 2 hungry drivers right behind him on his tail. And as those guys battle it out, right behind him, here comes Christian Lundgaard into this battle, the 7 car for Arrow McLaren. Yeah, this is possibly becoming a 4-way battle for the lead, because Christian Lundgaard has caught up to the top 3. We're about nose to tail, and here comes Palou to the right side of Will Power, trying to go around the long way. Oh, Will Power almost got sandwiched 3 wide. But here comes McLaughlin around the left side. Nearly contact. Nearly put McLaughlin in the wall. And now McLaughlin goes to second. Here comes Lundgaard to third. Right by Alex Palou. And here goes Malukas McLaughlin trying to take a peek on Will Power for the lead, but Power still maintains the top spot. Yeah, Power's struggling with those tires. He's starting to move around, trying to keep those guys behind him. But I think it's a matter of time of when those drivers get by him. Here they go again into the long backstretch. And McLaughlin is in Will Power's drive, so he's going to have the run coming into turn 3 at the end of this straight. Not much momentum that time. What happened to Alex Palou? Did he mess up? No, I think when they came into turn 3 just a lap ago, when Alex Palou tried to make a move to the right side of Will Power kind of cut him off coming off turn 3. Oh, speaking of which, here comes Christian Lundgaard to the left side of Scott McLaughlin, trying to take the second spot away, but to no avail. McLaughlin still hangs on to the second spot. Yeah, Alex Palou trying to make a pass on Will Power, but coming off turn 3, they make contact, and that got Alex Palou checked up, and he lost 2 positions because of that. Yeah, Will Power, he is hanging on for dear life. He's trying to hang on to that lead. Whoa, he really lost the car coming out turn 3. Here goes McLaughlin to the left side, but to no avail. Where's McLaughlin going to go this time? Not much going into turn 5. And here comes Palou into the pits. And I think Kyle Kirkwood's going to follow him in. Yes, he did. Yeah, Alex Palou was in pit lane. Same with Kyle Kirkwood. Yeah, Alexander Rossi's in. So is Renus VK. Palou's down and away with the 7.3. Kyle Kirkwood's down and away with the 7.5. And here comes McLaughlin. He looked to the right side, but to no avail. Here he goes again, coming into turn 3. Oh, Power's loose. He's really losing that car. And McLaughlin goes to the point, and he's going to lose second to Christian Lundgaard. Yeah, Will Power, he is really struggling with that car. He is really, yeah, those tires are shot on the 26 car. Yeah, Will Power, his tires are shot right now. He held on for as long as he could. And here comes McLaughlin to the pits. Same with Will Power. Now it's Christian Lundgaard with the lead now. And Power's down and away with the 7.6. McLaughlin with the 7.8. There goes Pat O'Ward to the right side of Scott Dixon looking for the second spot. Side by side as they go into turn 3. And Pat O'Ward takes it from Dixon. And how about Louis Foster in the 45 car in the 4th spot? He's trying to catch up to Scott Dixon looking for a podium spot. But these drivers will have to make a pit stop in order to make it to the end. So now, as we see now, Kyle Kirkwood has taken took the position away from Scott McLaughlin. And I guess as these drivers make their pit stops, once it all cycles through, Alex Palou pretty much has provisional P1 as Scott Dixon goes to the pits now. Whoa, yep. Yep, there it is, right there. Now Christian Lundgaard is in the pits. Same with Pato O'Ward. Same with Louis Foster and Graham Rahal. So that hands the lead to Marcus Armstrong. And Mick Schumacher is in the pits as well. Well, Power trying to look at different ways, trying to get around Christian Lundgaard, it looks like. But to no avail. There's Felix Roseqvist in P2 right now. But up front, it is still Marcus Armstrong as we're in this midst of green flag stops here on the streets of Detroit. Watch out. A little bit of fire coming out of the pits there. I think that was Alexander Rossi. No harm, no foul.
Discount Tire presents Treadwell. With just a few clicks, Treadwell analyzes millions of data points and delivers personalized results to you. Simple, easy.
Whoa, spinner! Is that Louis Foster? No, it's Graham Rahal. Stalled in the middle of turn 3. Caution is out.
Sometimes curse them, but most of all, we drive them. They get under our skin. The sound and smell, how they make us feel. Windows down, wide open throttle. It's what we do because cars are for.
Yep, caution is out. Graham Rahal brings out the second caution on the streets of Detroit.
Over here, we have our break room. Great, I would love a latte. Or an iced coffee?
We don't have that. I'll be back in about 15 minutes.
Looking for a fireball coffee? Switch to Java House. Just peel and pour over ice water. Or try it hot. No machine required. Authentically cold brewed in small batches for premium barista quality coffee in seconds. Java House. Amazingly smooth.
Whether you're a professional technician or simply take pride in maintaining your own cars, Harbor Freight offers quality auto tools to meet your every need at prices that can't be beat. From rapid pump jacks to mechanics tool sets, whatever you need, we've got it. Whatever you do it for less. Harbor Freight, your automotive destination.
Want a twist on breakfast? Try the new DQ Breakfast Collection. Like new Cinnamon Toast Crunch Dip Cone, a new Fruity Pebble Shake, and the new Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard Treat. The new Breakfast Collection. Here for any time of day, but not for long.
This thing seems like Graham Rahal is losing traction control He's putting himself at risk of losing more spots. Pretty much. Waiting to see a replay of what actually happened to Ray Hall to bring out that caution. Pretty sure we'll get a replay once we come out of this commercial break.
This summer, the biggest tournament on the planet comes to America, and you can see it all right here on Fox. Get ready for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It all kicks off June 11th on Fox and Airfest. Back on the streets of Detroit, we're under caution, and that is because Greg Ray will got spun around today.
Yep, here it is.
With Kiffin Simpson.
Oh, Kiffin Simpson, a bit too much there. A bit too much of a send there, Kiffin. Got into the back of Ray Hall and spun him out. Yep. Kiffin came in a bit too hot there.
It's very likely to end up in a penalty for the 8. And it's such a shame for Ray Hall, who was having such a brilliant day on the right strategy and with a great drive thus far into the race. Deeply disappointing for him. Well, they're under yellow. Let's head down to get.
And now the two drivers who stayed out during that caution, Felix Roseqvist and Marcus Armstrong, make their pit stops.
This is the PR representative, handles media relations with people like me, Ryan Campbell, but he also changes the inside rear for Romain Grosjean. So which came first, doing PR or changing tires? So I did tires first, and then so I started with the team when I turned 18. I was going to school at the same time. Then once I got my degree, I moved into this position, and they just had me keep changing tires. So I'm just having some fun with it. Did the two shops ever mix and make it difficult to do the other? I assume the tire changing takes priority. Yeah, well, you probably know because I struggle getting information to you in the race. But
Ryan Campbell, the inside rear tire changer for Romain Grosjean.
PR guy too. When I said we want to do this, he suggested, "Oh, there's plenty of other crew guys that have great stories, but I wanted to highlight Ryan today." Love that, Kev. Right, here's a Ryan one. Palou, Kirkwood, Howard, Overall, Dixon, Foster, Ericsson, and Simpson, the top 10. Now we had a penalty for Marcus Armstrong, who was leading, who was forced to take his stop.
My bad, folks. He got permanently dumped by the Sunoco mobile. If Jackster Fed did like the AI videos for this IndyCar race. Yep.
So that's the penalty being announced.
Yep, there. Penalty from Marcus Armstrong. Emergency service in closed pits, back of the field. Yep. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You can't enter the pits when the pits are closed. That's unfortunate for Marcus Armstrong.
This guy right here now has a clean view of the driver that he is, and everyone is chasing the championship. Well, Roseqvist further back at 15. It's not really breaking his way right now. I've got to say, someone this has worked out incredibly well for. Joseph Newcomb, who was at the back, is now up to 13th place. Absolutely cruising and beaten. He's just run a quiet race, stopped.
It's Joseph Newgarden. He's worked his way up into the 13th position now. He was dead last at the beginning of this race, but now it's up to 13th. Not much you could say about David Malukas. It's up to 17th right now. Still top 20, but still not much progress for Malukas. Yep, I knew it. Yep, penalty for Kiffin Simpson for avoidable contact. He'll have to make a pass through. I knew that was coming. It's for the contact he did on Graham Rahal to bring out that caution. I knew it was coming. Are you going to a pool? Okay, have fun. Thanks for joining us. All right, and I think we're coming to green this time by. So it's Palau, Kirkwood, McLaughlin, Lundgaard, and Power, the top five. As they go through turns 8 and 9. And green flag back in the air. 44 laps are complete. Cleanly through the first two corners, now down that long back stretch and into the hard braking zone of turn 3. There goes Newgarden. Right around the right side of Santino Ferrucci, but Ferrucci holds his line and takes that position back. And here comes, I believe that's Roseqvist, little contact. And there goes Louis Foster right by him. That was nearly disastrous. Little contact with the front wing there on the 60. No harm, no foul. They keep going. And this was the contact between Newgarden and Roseqvist. Yep, there it is. Slight contact and almost touched wheels with Louis Foster. Yeah, that was close. Wait a minute. That wasn't Louis Foster, because he's in 8th. Who was that? Oh, that was VK. That was Renus VK. Oops. Ferrucci just made the pass on VK right there. Whoa, VK! Big dive bomb. He body slams Ferrucci out of the way to take that position back. Wow. Talk about over-aggressiveness. And there goes Roseqvist right by Joseph Newgarden. Here's the big dive move he did. VK just body slammed Ferrucci out of the way. Uh-oh, under review. Could that be avoidable contact penalty that Renus VK might get it? And here comes Felix Roseqvist around the right side of Santino Ferrucci. He'll take the 13th spot away. I thought Will Power has been in fifth. Come on, Will Buxton. But up front, it is back once again to Alex Palou, continuing to do what he does best on these street courses, dominate the race.
You might be suffering from moderate to severe obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. We are the undiagnosed. You've been doing me snore at night. Gas daytime sleepiness is a drag. We still have people who count on us. If we're more than just human beings, we are humans. OSA is a chronic condition tied to breathing interruptions and oxygen deprivation during sleep. You're undiagnosed? That was us. Talk to your doctor about OSA. Let's keep being humans. We're a single stride. History. No more mistakes. Saturday on Fox.
Summer's here. You can celebrate anything, like buying your first car. Yes. Finishing a big project. Or even your dog's birthday. He's eating the cup. Is that okay? It's his daily fiber.
Get a new Tundra or Tundra Hybrid with 2.99 APR plus 1,000 finance cash. Yes, 2.99 APR plus 1,000 finance cash.
Hey, Kylan.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Haven't seen you in a minute.
Sarah's campaign manager, guilty. His chief of staff, guilty. For stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars. And Sarah could be indicted next.
Sarah is kind of really nervous. Sarah, okay, this. There are electronic records.
I guess it's safe to say that Fox Sports and Liberty Mutual are the main reasons why television is going downhill. Get a damn job, you lazy pigs. You've been watching the whole race, the IndyCar race? Cool. All right, and we're back here at Detroit as we're past the halfway point in this race here in Detroit. And folks, just a reminder that in a few hours after the IndyCar race comes to conclusion, the NASCAR race from Nashville Superspeedway will be coming on soon on Prime. So be on the lookout in the next few hours. DJ Woo Kid. I haven't really heard of him. That's pretty cool that he's attending this IndyCar race. What is he doing? Is he literally giving her his chain? What? Okay. Oh my gosh, he did. Wow. All right. So we're currently looking at Romain Grosjean, who's under attack from Stingray Robb, and Stingray Robb takes the pass for the 18th position. And here comes Graham Rahal taking a peek to the inside of Grosjean. No avail. Why does the pit person sound like Jamie Little? Yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy if that actually was Jamie Little at Detroit? Unfortunately, it's not. It's a different person. I believe her name is Georgia Hensbury. I think that's her name. Georgia Hensbury. Whoa, Dixon! Where are you going? That was at turn 8. He really missed the corner. "15 green laps," that Alex Palou is saying. Well, his team is saying. I mean, if she would have to fly to Nashville. Yep. As soon as if Jamie Little was doing pit road duties here in Detroit, once the race ends, she would have to fly to Nashville for the Cup race. Oh wait a second. I just remembered. She did calling duties for the truck race, so I don't think she would have to fly to Nashville because we're now on Amazon Prime coverage. Yeah, Amazon Prime is now covering NASCAR for the next few races. Man, already up to like a 3.5 second advantage over Kyle Kirkwood. Alex Palou continues to do what he does best. There's just really no stopping this man, is it? Yeah, at least Prime is better than Fox. Oh yeah, 100% agree with you on that. 100%. They know how to take NASCAR serious, unlike Fox, who make NASCAR look like a joke. Well, what's going on? What's going on? Something's going on with Kyle Collette's car in the 4 car. The front nose cone is kind of like snapped off. Look on the front wing. You see that piece dragging? You see that piece dangling off the front nose of that car? Of Kyle Collette's car? The nose cone is kind of like snapped off. What's that? I believe it's the nose cone from the front wing of Kyle Collette's car in the 4. It's really dangling from the nose of that car. And Kyle Collette's tip for his front wing is about to come off. And Kyle Collette's tip for his front wing is about to come off.
These shall ease your grievous throat most readily. Or maybe saltwater gurgle.
side by side between Graham Rahal and Stingray Robb, and it looks as though Stingray Robb will take that position away from Rahal. That's for the 18th position.
There's salad, there's bread, and if you want the perfect bite in every bite, try the all-new salad stuffers. Take any Panera salad you're craving and stuff it. Stuff it, stuff it, stuff it. The all-new salad stuffers at Panera. Look at Amy, working hard now.
Yeah, there's always side-by-side commercials for Fox. Yeah, well, this is different. This is the IndyCar series on Fox. This is IndyCar on Fox. And I,
Here's to protecting your boat and RV 24/7 as part of your home and auto bundle.
So I like hang out with my insurance guy?
You two have a podcast and everything.
Awesome.
At Mothers, we appreciate the simple things. A life less complicated.
yeah, it is pretty sad that Kyle Busch died last week.
Behind Mother's new California Gold ceramic line of products. The easiest way to clean, correct, and protect your way to a whole new level of deep ceramic glass-like clarity, superior hydrophobic protection, and head-turning shine. Mother's California Gold. Ceramic made simple. Give it that mother's love.
Well, I'm Gary, and I work for Chum House. Gary? Gary's my guy. He do doing house coffee pods, and it just sort of never left. Oh, hi, Gary. Sorry to interrupt. Thanks, man. Delivery. Since having Chum House, productivity is through the roof. People don't want to go home, which is why I never do. Chum House, anyone? Is that help you guys change the start a little bit faster? I feel it. There you go. Chum House cold brew coffee. Amazingly smooth. We asked Howie Mandel to describe new hands-free cozy fit Skechers slip-ins. They're like little soft puff jackets for your feet. These are like cozy little slippers for the street. Introducing new hands-free cozy fit Skechers slip-ins. Ultra comfortable sneakers you just step into with no bending down or touching. Coming Saturday, horse racing is great. Thrill ride.
All right, and we are back as we have about 40 laps to go on the streets of Detroit as Alex Palou continues to lead by 2.5 seconds over Kyle Kirkwood. All right, hold on. Alright. I'm back. Alright. Oh, I'm assuming Alex Palou made a pit stop, and here comes some more takers. Got Kyle Collette, Joseph Newgarden's in the pits, Mick Schumacher's in, Marcus Armstrong is in, Joseph Newgarden's in. Just completed his stop. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, whoa! Uh-oh. He's got Rinus VeeKay, Santino Ferrucci. That's in the middle of turns 5 and 6. Caution is out. That's the risk that you take when trying to stay out and trying to gain track position, trying to stay out long. That's what happens. Oh, Ferrucci just got into the back of Rinus VeeKay and spun him out. Right in front of Stingray Rob. Ferrucci trying to find a way around him as they're coming to turn 5. Yeah, he just got into the back of him. That was just enough to spin the 76 around.
Before the full course caution came out, Alex Palou, we know that. Who's the next driver after Palou, guys? Felix Roseqvist. No, he stopped earlier. He needs to stop again. Alexander Rossi. Oh, there you go. Then Schumacher, Malukas, Rahal, and Newgarden. They will all be sitting pretty. Roseqvist's last stop was 41. It's going to be Palou and Rossi, 1 and 2.
So now we're under our third caution here on the streets of Detroit. Wow, Santino Ferrucci tops more competitors after being fined by the FIA for treating his F2 teammates horribly. If he continues with this, he might as well get fired by IndyCar too.
Kirkwood will still be in the top 10. So Paul is not lost here, but they've got to make this stop happen. They'll be racing 15, 18 cars on pit lane, including Scott McLaughlin.
Oh. Whoa! Oh, where did that come from? a small chunk of the track coming apart right there. Not by much. Looks like a rock for some reason. Yeah, it did kind of look like a rock there.
It will be Kirkwood who leads the field under caution. Kirkwood will have to go on to the soft to go behind him, blocking Powell. And Gardner will be expected to jump onto the hole. With the exception of not many cars have hit it, so it's still in the fight, certainly. But they're going to have to get around the drivers that you mentioned, starting with Rossi, including David Malukas.
All right, the IndyCar race last week was crazy. Yeah, definitely the Indy 500 was crazy, and it ended with the closest finish in Indy 500 history, with Felix Roseqvist just edging out David Malukas by 2/100ths of a second. And here comes some takers for pit stops: Kyle Kirkwood, Scott McLaughlin, and Will Power, and pretty much the rest of the field as well. I believe that's the rest of the field. I don't know. Kirkwood's down and away just in front of McLaughlin.
The intensity of the pit stops and pit lane here in Detroit. Sensational. Kirkwood on the race on pit road gets ahead of McLaughlin and Power. There's the line with the creative.
Stingray Rob did a very good job of maneuvering around that situation between VK and Ferrucci. Alex Palou stayed out. Yes, so did Alexander Rossi, and I think I saw a few others as well stay out. So it'll be interesting how that plays out for the rest of this race.
Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections, or lower ability to function, and liver problems may occur. Get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need vaccine. Break away with Tremfya.
That's why over 15 years able to ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
With sharks this close, see their majesty, feel their power, and awaken awe. Transcend the ordinary, introducing the all-new shark encounter at SeaWorld San Diego. Get within touch distance, come face to face with ocean legends. See the world differently at SeaWorld San Diego.
I'm a lunch lady, and I cook for over 200 kids every single day. You would be amazed by how many kids come to school hungry. Probably someone got off.
Should have gone in. Well, it all depends on what happens on this restart coming up in a few minutes.
That's 3 million lunches a day. I get to eat 200 of them. That's why I trust Commissar to go to governor, because he fights for us. Don't just tell me what you're gonna do. Show me. Call me. That's gonna be my governor.
After 130 years, Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water is still doing what we've always done. It's still one ingredient, still crisp and refreshing, filtering through nature since 1894. Arrowhead Mountain Spring Water and nothing else.
Hey, dads and dads and mamas too. Hate to take way. There's lots to do. Kick off summer with family and friends. Get your fun on from beginning to end.
Right now, have you ever had pizza?
I mean, it's a rare chance that a tire blows.
People's feet.
We'll just have to wait and see. What's for the drivers that stayed out during that caution? We'll just have to wait.
The new trophy will leads Rossi, but not for much longer. Rossi will get a penalty. He entered a closed pit.
Oh, Rossi! He entered a closed pit road. You can't do that, Rossi. You can't enter the pits when the pits are closed. All right, I think they're coming to green this time by. Yep, the pace car is distancing itself from the cars, so we're coming back green this time by. It'll be 28 laps to go when they get the green. Through turn 8 and through turn 9, here they come. Green flag back in the air, 28 laps to go. Oh, watch out, Mick Schumacher got really sideways off the corner. It's got David Malukas all over him. And here comes Kirkwood. And look at David Malukas around the right side of Mick Schumacher. Going for third. Can he get there? Can't do it right there. As everyone jostling for position as they go through turn 3 cleanly. And Mick Schumacher holds on that position as McLaughlin almost makes contact with Graham Rahal. David Malukas trying again around the long way around the 12. Oh! And they both go into the wall, into the tire barrier in turn 5. Full course yellow once again. Once again. And David Malukas, who started at near the tail end of the field, worked his way inside the top 5, trying to get around the rookie Mick Schumacher. All for naught. Oh. It's an onboard shot. Whoa. Malukas kind of slid into the 47 there, and Mick Schumacher, he just couldn't turn, it looked like, as it went into turn 5. Man, that was not what Malukas wanted at all. From heartbreak last week in the Indy 500, losing by 2/100ths of a second, coming into the next week here in Detroit, was running inside the top 5, and he gets taken out of contention for a possible win. Mick Schumacher and David Malukas have sabotaged their chances of winning. There's probably going to be an argument after the race. I bet you they will be arguing afterwards between Mick Schumacher and David Malukas. This was Kyle Kirkwood. Mick has never raced a car with a twin turbo V6 before this year. Yep. So that's a rookie mistake right there for Mick Schumacher. Rookie mistake right there. It has ruined their day. David and Mick are probably going to be so mad afterwards. Mick Schumacher was racing cars that were single turbos like F2, F1, and Alpine WEC. Yep. That's right. Alexander Rossi, who was hit with that penalty for entering a closed pits, didn't get to serve that penalty under green flag conditions because the caution came out so quickly for that situation in turn 5. Wait, what? What happened with Dixon? Wait a minute. I missed that. Why is Scott Dixon out of the race? I kind of missed that. Am I missing something? Huh. Anyways, we're coming back green this time by. Remember, Alexander Rossi still has to serve his penalty under green flag conditions. He didn't get to do it last time because the caution came out so quickly. So he has to serve that penalty as soon as possible once we get back green. Here they come once again. Green flag back in the air. 24 laps to go this time. Look at Will Power diving into the inside of Joseph Newgarden. He'll take the 7th spot away, or 6th spot away from Newgarden. Here they come into the hard braking zone in turn 3. Looking right behind them, the Aaron McLaren car is going at it between Christian Lundgaard and Pato O'Ward, it looks like. And it looks as though O'Ward would take that position away from his teammate. That's for 8th spot. And here comes Malukas to the inside of Ray Hall. Actually, that's Scott McLaughlin. That's McLaughlin, sorry. That's for 4th position. That's P4 for McLaughlin. And there goes Kirkwood to the side of Alexander Rossi. And here comes Rossi into the pits to serve his penalty. And there goes Lundgaard right by Joseph Newgarden. And there goes Rinus VeeKay sliding off the corner to take that position. Wait, no, that's Louis Foster. Oops. Jeez, Kiffin Simpson. And VeeKay kind of forces his way past Stingray Robb right there. And it goes Will Power to the inside of Scott McLaughlin. And McLaughlin trying to do the crossover as behind him. And this battle's still going on between Power and McLaughlin. But it looks as though Power will take that position away from McLaughlin. That's P3. Whoa! Big contact between McLaughlin and Power right there. Wow. Oh my gosh. Jeez, McLaughlin. Speaking of Kyle Kirkwood, he's closed the gap on Alex Palou, and he is hounding the leader. Look at this. Kyle Kirkwood trying to go back-to-back on the streets of Detroit. He is hounding the leader, Alex Palou, right now. It might be a matter of time before the 27 gets by the 10. Yep. Now Kyle Kirkwood, he is closing the gap. He has the advantage going down this straight right here. He's in his draft. Oh, and Santino Ferrucci stalled on the track. Caution is out once again. Oh, Will Power and Scott McLaughlin. Yikes. Those two they're probably going to have beef after this race. Both Scott McLaughlin and Will Power after that skirmish they had in turn 3.
Now let's get out there. Play like it.
Again, Doug? Parents need to stay over there.
Sorry, coach.
Also, get your buddy.
Alright. And David Malukas is probably like, once this race is over, I'm gonna beat Mix's ass. Just yeah. Just contact. Yeah, probably like that. All right, here we come back to the restart. This time it'll be 17 laps to go when we get the restart. Alex Palou and Kyle Kirkwood, the 2023 and 2025 winners of this race, both looking for their second win on the streets of Detroit. Who's it gonna be? Green flag back in the air. 17 laps to go. Once again, Alex Palou gets away, but is Kirkwood going to have the advantage coming into turn 3? Not so much. And McLaughlin takes that position away from Louis Foster. Oh. Yep, Will Power is not surprised about that. Yeah, Will Power is not pleased with that. I'm pretty sure both him and McLaughlin are going to have a long discussion afterwards. But up front, it is still Alex Palou, just about a second lead over Kyle Kirkwood. And there's Will Power. Yeah, he's done for the day. That's unfortunate.
Professional technician, or simply take pride in maintaining your own cars. Harbor Freight offers quality auto tools to meet your every need at prices that can't be beat. From rapid pump jacks to mechanics tool sets, whatever you need, we've got it. Whatever you do it for less. Harbor Freight, your automotive destination. Everyone sees the dream. But not this year at the Truck Center. There's a racing spirit inside every Honda hybrid. Built with exceptional horsepower. And smooth. The most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Fun to drive, hybrid line from Honda.
Oh, that was a good corner that Kirkwood had through turn 3, trying to gain the advantage on Alex Palou. Chopped it down to like 0.6 of a second through that corner. Remember the tire advantage between these two drivers. Whoa, Kirk looked like Palou got really tight through turn 8 there. It's allowed Kyle Kirkwood to close the gap just a little bit, but it's still about half a second. But I think Kyle's best chance to try to get the lead away is about to come in as they go into this backstretch, this long backstretch where he can get in Alex Palou's draft. We'll see what happens this time. Not much. Once again, a very good corner for Kirkwood. Much better than Palou right there. But again, Alex Palou was able to gain those two car lengths back on Kirkwood.
Alex Palou still leads, but it is not easy for him. He is having to push, and if you don't believe me, He is under serious pressure from Carl Kirkwood right now.
But now Palou is opening the gap up once again to a second. Not much of a... That was a lockup into turn one, but once again, Palou is able to open that gap just a little bit over Kirkwood. Gap is open up to like 1.1 to 1.2 seconds. So we're running on board with Graham Rahal, who's rallied solidly after spinning out, causing that second caution. He's rallied back to a podium position in the third spot. And Alex Palou has now opened the gap up to like 2 seconds over Kirkwood. Well, 1.6 seconds now is the gap between Kirkwood and Palou. Yeah, Alex Palou, he is really handling that pressure that Kyle Kirkwood gave to him just a little bit. He has now opened the gap to like 1.8 seconds over second place Kirkwood. Meanwhile, look at this gaggle of cars going on right here. Look at this mess right here between Scott McLaughlin, Joseph Newgarden, and several others. Yeah, something's going on with Scott McLaughlin. Yeah, McLaughlin's really struggling with that car. All the lettering has been knocked off the right side of his car. Yeah, here he comes to the pits. I believe I think he was feeling a tire going down. Whoa! It's still going on. What is going on between Power and McLaughlin? My goodness. What is going on with those two? Oh, yeah. There'll definitely be some tempers afterwards between those two, McLaughlin and Power. Meanwhile, whoa, Rossi! And he gets into the back of Roman Grosjean. Full course caution once again. Yikes. There's Rossi trying to cross back over, just caught the back end of the 18, sent him into the wall. Yep. Try to switch back over. Just caught him right there. Into the wall.
You couldn't have a worse 3 weekends that Ed Carpenter Racing's had. We'll go back really to the GP. Rossi's crash, his team owner, Ed Carpenter, looks on. Rasmussen out early with contact. Rossi was in the wall before this thing even started. Ed himself as a driver crashed out of the Indy 500 down in turn 1. Entire month of May is on the ECR. So the nose section of front wing assembly taken off Grosjean's car. He will have to come back to pit lane. Georgia, Graham Rahal is still pretty in third, staring at his third podium of the season.
And what a show he is putting on right now. But one thing I have noticed, we have seen time and time again, or really heard how chatty and vocal Graham can be on the radio. Right now, these past maybe 30 or so laps, he's been completely silent. You can tell that under that helmet and inside that car, it's full focus going forward.
Green this time around, it will be 7 to go in Detroit. A grandstand finish. Alex Palou against Carl Kirkwood.
Oh boy. And the lights are out on the pace car once again. Both Alex Palou and Kyle Kirkwood looking for their second win. Looking for their second wins on the streets of Detroit. Alex Palou, of course, the inaugural winner on the streets of Detroit in 2023. Kyle Kirkwood, who won this race last year, trying to go back-to-back on the streets of Detroit. All right, here we go. I believe the pace car is distancing itself from the field. Yes, it is. Coming back to the green this time by. And there it is. Alexander Rossi's stop and hold penalty for avoidable contact. I saw that coming. Meanwhile, here they come through turn 9. Palou's on the gas. Green flag is back in the air. 7 laps to go. Looks as though everyone gets through there cleanly. Well, once again, Alex Palou gets away from Kirkwood. You don't want to be locking off those tires so aggressively, Palou, because Kyle Kirkwood is right behind you. This is where Kirkwood's strong point right here down the backstretch. If he can get in Alex Palou's drive to close the gap on him. Not quite. Whoa! Look at Pato Ward going for third on Graham Rahal. Can't do it. Kirkwood, you better take over his spotlight. Coming through the corners this time by. 5 laps to go. Can Alex Palou hang on, or will Kyle Kirkwood close the gap just enough to try to make a move on him? Alex Palou once again handling the pressure once again very well as he's starting to gap Kirkwood just a little bit. on trying to gap the 27 just a little bit. It's up to 0.8 of a second over Kirkwood. But time is running out. We're coming to 4 to go this time. And Palou has gapped him by a second now. If Kirkwood wants to make a move on Palou, he's gonna have to find some speed right this minute. But Palou continues to gap the 27. Hope Cal makes the pass. Well, he's going to have to catch him. Kirkwood's going to have to catch Palou if he wants to. He's going to have to find some speed right this minute, coming to 3 to go. I don't think Kirkwood has enough time to close the gap, honestly. Unless Alex Palou makes a terrible mistake and that gap is gone. Which, considering how good Alex Palou is on these street courses, I don't think we'll see a mistake by Palou. And it looks as though Kyle Kirkwood, running in the second spot, looks as though he's going to come up one spot short of trying to go back-to-back on the streets of Detroit. Meanwhile, Alex Palou trying to win here for the second time. He won here in 2023, which was the inaugural race on the streets of Detroit. But he's 2 laps away from doing so as they come through turn 9. 2 laps to go for Alex Palou. And Graham Rahal up to the 3rd position, but he only has 1 second of push to pass left. He won't be trying to catch up to Rahal at this point. And at this point, I think everyone has used their push to pass except for Alex Palou and Kyle Kirkwood. Now remember, if the caution comes out now, the race is over. And Paddle Ward up to the 4th spot, and Christian Lundgaard, solid run in 5th. So good run for both the Arrow McLaren teammates of Paddle Ward and Christian Lundgaard. As we're looking at the leader, Alex Palou, as he comes through turns 6 and 7, just looking for the white flag. Well, either way, if the caution comes out in the next few seconds, the race is over either way. And it looks as though Kyle Kirkwood's not going to get there. As coming through turn 9 this time by, white flag, 1 lap to go for Alex Palou. The gap is 2.5 seconds over 2nd place Kyle Kirkwood and 4 seconds over 3rd place Graham Rahal. There's just no stopping Alex Palou, is there? In 2023, when the IndyCar Series came to the streets of Detroit, Alex Palou won the inaugural race. Then in 2024, it was Scott Dixon who won on the streets of Detroit. Then last year, it was Kyle Kirkwood who got the win on the streets of Detroit. 3 different winners. Yeah, 3 different winners in the first 3 years on the streets of Detroit. But for the first time on the streets of Detroit, we'll have a repeat winner in the 4-time champion of Alex Palou. He's 2 corners away from doing so. After handling the pressure very well from Kyle Kirkwood, he has handled it to perfection as he rounds turn number 9. The first repeat winner on the streets of Detroit is Alex Palou. He gets it done on the streets of Detroit.
was a defensive performance for a return to the roster. It's Palou.
There's just no stopping Alex Palou, is there? And he extends his points lead after all of that. And bruh, what? As soon as the race ends, we go to commercial. What the heck, Fox? You're supposed to perform better than IndyCar. You're supposed to perform better when you're covering IndyCar. Come on. You're not a NASCAR and Fox broadcast. Come on. As soon as the race ended for IndyCar, they go straight to commercial. Bruh. Oh my gosh.
Biggest sale of the year has been extended. Save up to 30% on moving and storage until June 8th. And see why Pods is America's #1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating to a new home or renovating your current one, save up to 30%. Pods brings the container to you, and you can pack at your own pace. Then we'll take it to your new home or to a secure pod storage center until you need it, so you don't have to do the driving. Book now and save up to 30% at pods.com.
All right. Well, for Detroit standards for the IndyCar series, once again, it was solid. It was solid at best, but I really wish IndyCar had more ovals, honestly. I really wish IndyCar had more ovals, honestly. Like, honestly, have the IndyCar series go back to Michigan. Go back to Michigan International Speedway. That's my take. That's all I'm going to say. Congrats to Alex Palou becoming the first repeat winner on the streets of Detroit. And I'll catch you guys in a few hours for the NASCAR race at Nashville Super Speedway coming up in just a few hours from now. So I'll see you guys there. Take care, y'all.